So for Haryana and Maharashtra Assembly elections ahead of 21st October voting, Prime Minister Modi to address the poll rallies in both the states, while the Congress leader Rahul Gandhi will campaign in Haryana. The BSP chief Mayawati to also hold rallies in Haryana. NCP leader Praful Patel appears before the Enforcement Directorate in connection with its money laundering probe. Praful Patel summoned by the agency over an alleged land deal with Daud's close aide Iqbal Mirchi. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman expresses hope for an agreement soon between India and the US on trade issues. Talking to media during her visit to the US, the minister says that negotiations are on with intensity and fee issues on which there could be differences are being sorted out. Army Chief General Bipin Rawat says India's defence industry is now gradually becoming export-oriented. Says India's defence export that currently ranges in the region of about 11,000 crore rupees annually is set to grow to around 35,000 crore rupees by the year 2024. President Ramnath Kovind to be accorded ceremonial reception in Manila today. During his 5-day visit to the Philippines, President Kovind to also hold talks with the Philippines President. The two countries to ink several pacts in various fields. In international news, US Vice President Mike Pence says the deal reached with Turkey's Erdogan for a ceasefire in northern Syria. Turkey will pause all the military operations for 120 hours to allow the withdrawal of the YPG forces. Hello and welcome. You're watching Doordarshan News with me, Nancy Kohli. Top story: as Maharashtra and Haryana are inching closer to the polling date, the campaigning in both the states have gained momentum, with the senior leaders from all the parties leaving no stone unturned to woo the voters. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address a public rally in Haryana's Gohana. Later in the evening, he will address a rally in Mumbai. BJP National President Amit Shah will be in Maharashtra today to address rallies in Aheri, Rajura, Vani and Khaparkheda. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi will be addressing a rally in Mahendragarh in Haryana. BSP chief Mayawati will also hold rallies in Sona and Berry in Haryana. Senior BJP leader Rajnath Singh will also be in Haryana for campaigning. He'll be holding rallies in Berry and Prithala. Senior NCP leader Praful Patel today appeared before the Enforcement Directorate at its Mumbai office. The Enforcement Directorate is questioning the NCP leader in connection with its money laundering probe linked to alleged illegal assets of Iqbal Mirchi, who was a close aide of fugitive underworld don Daud Ibrahim. Iqbal Mirchi, a drug lord, died in 2013. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has expressed hope for an agreement soon between India and the US on trade issues. Speaking with the media during her visit to the US, the minister said that the negotiations are going on with intensity and fee issues on which there could be differences are being sorted out.
I hope that the negotiations will get concluded soon. I know the intensity with which the negotiations are going on, and the few issues on which there could be some differences are being sorted out. I hope there will be an agreement sooner.
And the minister also asserted that India remains among the fastest growing economies of the world and efforts are being made to make it grow even faster.
IMF reduces the growth for all the global economies. It reduces the growth for India too. But even otherwise, even with that, India is still growing as the fastest growing economy.
President Ramnath Kovind will be accorded ceremonial reception in Manila today. During his 5-day visit to the Philippines, President Kovind will also hold delegation-level talks with the Philippines President, during which both the sides will discuss issues of mutual concern. The two leaders are also set to witness the signing of bilateral agreements. On Saturday, the president will have meetings with the liver transplant patients as well as with the beneficiaries of the Mahavir Philippines Foundation. After this, the president will proceed to the Philippines-India Business Conclave and the 4th ASEAN-India Business Summit. On Sunday, the president will attend the installation of the Mahatma Gandhi bust in Quezon City before meeting with the Indian community. And in some other news now, a school bus carrying almost 35 students overturned in Hoshangabad in Madhya Pradesh. Around 22 students were injured in the accident. The injured students have been admitted to the district hospital and are receiving treatment. The incident occurred between the Bandrabhan and Sangakheda area of Hoshangabad. While complaints were registered earlier stating that the bus did not meet all the required safety standards, the school failed to pay any heed to the request regarding changing the bus. Moving on now, the External Affairs Ministry has said that after several rounds of discussions with Pakistan, both the countries have reached an agreement on all other issues except the matter of service fee. The ministry's official spokesperson Ravish Kumar said, I quote, "The Kartarpur Sahib corridor is an important people-to-people initiative taken by India to commemorate the 550th birth anniversary of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. After several rounds of discussions with Pakistan, we have reached an agreement on all other issues except the matter of service fee. Pakistan insists on levying a fee of $20 on all the pilgrims, and we have urged Pakistan to not do so in the interest of the devotees and also because this is a people-to-people initiative. We hope that the agreement can be concluded and signed in time for the great event." Unquote. Union Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari has announced the naming of new national highway number 703AA as Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji Marg. The road starting from Kapurthala connecting Govindwal Sahib and terminating near Taran Taran in Punjab has been declared as the new national highway. The naming would be effective from next month. The decision has been taken to mark the 550th birth anniversary of Shri Guru Nanak Dev. Karnataka has topped the first ever innovation ranking of the states, followed by Tamil Nadu and Maharashtra. Bihar, Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh are at the bottom of its list brought out by the national think tank Niti Aayog on Thursday. The India Innovation Index has been developed on the lines of Global Innovation Index. It looks into the innovation ecosystem of Indian states and union territories to help the governments design policies to drive innovation across the regions.
Niti Aayog has launched its first innovation index. The index attempts to create an extensive framework for the continual evaluation of innovation environment of 29 states and 7 union territories. Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Telangana and Haryana have been ranked as top 5 states in innovation in Niti Aayog's first innovation index released on Thursday. Chhattisgarh, Bihar and Jharkhand are at the bottom of the index among states. Among northeastern states, Sikkim, Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand have topped the index, while Delhi, Chandigarh and Goa have topped the list among union territories in the country. The index has been developed on the lines of the Global Innovation Index.
You've got a set of enablers and a set of performance indicators. Now, there are 6 enablers and 2 performance indicators. I'm hoping that we'll shift gradually to more and more performance-based evaluation and outcome-based evaluation, and our innovation index will get based even in it, because that then again becomes, a much better competitive rank, and that will attract the investors also. So one, clusters to really set in motion clusters, 2, get the synergy between different stakeholders, and 3, shift to competitive good governance even in this form. I think that's the role that these indices can play.
The idea behind the index, which has been developed over the last 1.5 years, is to analyze innovation at the state level. The index ranks states based on their innovation capability, the challenges and opportunities that the states face, and actions needed by policymakers to foster innovation.
All these practices we put out regularly, and all of the other districts have been requested to learn from these best practices and take them forward for implementation in their own area. So imagine about 115 districts, their best innovations, all the district collectors competing, getting ranked, their innovations each one of them learning from each other, innovating further, implementing in his own district. And I was in this, and that is where innovation in terms of better nutrition, better food, better learning outcomes, and better performance, all this leads to a much better quality of life. And this is how districts after districts will get transformed in India.
The index is based on 7 pillars, which include 5 enablers and 2 performance indicators, some of which include human capital, investment, knowledge workers and knowledge output. Abhishek Jha's report, DD India.
The Supreme Court has refused to entertain plea of Punjab and Maharashtra cooperative bank account holders seeking the lifting of restrictions on cash withdrawals. The Apex Court has directed the account holders to approach the High Court for concern relief. Solicitor General Tushar Mehta informed the court that the government is concerned about this and is taking the necessary steps. Around 10.5 crore cash has been reportedly missing from the bank's record. Army Chief General Bipin Rawat has said that India is gradually becoming an export-oriented defence industry. He visited various stalls at the 4th edition of Defence Attaches Conclave at the Constitution Club. The Army Chief also said that India wants peace and stability in the neighbourhood and the entire Indo-Pacific region. He added that we are one of the largest forces in the world with respect to professionalism and a political nature.
Well, we are one of the leading armed forces of the world, not only by virtue of our size, but by virtue of our extensive combat experience, our professionalism, and our apolitical nature. And because of that, we have a very unique ethos. We are deeply committed to peace and stability in the neighborhood, as also in the wider region. We will continue, as we have in the past, to partner with our friends to confront any kind of emerging threats.
A camp is being organized under India for Humanity initiative of the Government of India to commemorate the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi in Dhaka. A team of 8 experts from Jaipur-based Bhagwan Mahavir Viklang Sahayata Samiti is conducting the camp. Around 500 amputees will be provided the artificial limb in Dhaka through the camp. The Indian High Commission, in association with the National Institute of Traumatology and Orthopedic Rehabilitation along with Bangladesh Orthopedic Society, is organizing a 42-day-long Jaipur foot artificial limb fitment camp in Dhaka. The camp that began on 28 September was formally inaugurated jointly by India and Bangladesh officials. To realize the vision of Healthy India, Prosperous India, the Ayushman Bharat scheme launched by the central government is having a widespread impact, especially in the rural areas. Under the scheme, people who cannot afford the cost of their treatment are getting treated for their serious ailments and getting a new lease of life. Here's a ground report from Jammu and Kashmir's Kathua district. Take a look.
Ajit, a resident of Jammu and Kashmir's Kathua, had never thought he could get a new life, that too without spending any money.
सरकार ने हमको जो कार्ड दिया है उससे हमें को जनी बहुत लाभ हो रहा है। कोई पहले जो डॉक्टर थे वो फीस भी बहुत लेते थे, जो दवाइयाँ बाहर से लेनी हो तो बहुत खर्च होता है। हम गरीब बंदे हैं, हम इतना पैसा कहाँ से लेना है, तो जो कार्ड बनाया है हमको जो दवाइयाँ मिल रही हैं।
Due to his poor financial condition, Baisakhi Ram, another resident of Kathua, could not afford to get his treatment done at a private hospital. He's been facing a lot of age-related issues.
I have not been well since a long time. Due to my financial situation, I could not afford the treatment in a private hospital. Someone told me about the golden card. I got the golden card made and I'm finding it very beneficial. Now I'm getting treated for free and I'm happy and satisfied with the doctors and the treatment that I'm getting.
Under the Ayushman Bharat scheme in Kathua district, treatment of 390 patients having golden card have been done without paying anything. Out of these, many patients even underwent surgeries. To ease the process and serve people better, a separate counter is being run in hospitals to cater to the needs of patients having their golden cards. Ayushman Bharat Yojana is a boon for such people in dire need. Bureau Report, DD News.
And news now from around the world. The United States and Turkey have agreed to a temporary ceasefire in northern Syria. The truce was announced by US Vice President Mike Pence after talks in Ankara with Turkey's President Erdogan, and was swiftly hailed by the US President Donald Trump, who said it would save millions of lives. 9 days into Turkey's invasion of northern Syria, Ankara agreed to pause the military operations for 120 hours, while the US facilitates the withdrawal of the Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces from a 20-mile safe zone along the border. The US Vice President Mike Pence said that once the Kurdish fighters, which Turkey views as terrorists, are removed from the area, Ankara will implement a permanent ceasefire. Almost immediately after Pence spoke, Turkish Foreign Minister pushed back on how Pence framed the agreement, telling reporters that it was a pause in Turkey's operations but not a ceasefire, because a ceasefire takes place between two legitimate parties and the operation was aimed at removing terror elements from the region. Syrian President Bashar al-Assad held talks with the Iraqi National Security Advisor Falah al-Fayyad in Damascus yesterday. The Syrian state media quoted Assad as saying his country will respond to a Turkish aggression on any part of its territory with all the legitimate means available. The comments come after an agreement between Damascus and the Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces to fend off an assault launched by Turkey on northeastern Syria. Pakistan is on the verge of strong action by the international terror financing watchdog Financial Action Task Force. The officials attending the ongoing plenary of the task force in Paris said that as per indications, Pakistan will be isolated by all the members for not doing enough. The key outcomes of the meeting on the global action against money laundering and terror financing and decisions on Pakistan, Iran and other countries will be announced today. Sri Lankan Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe thanked the Indian government and Prime Minister Narendra Modi for aiding the Jaffna International Airport project. The airport began its international operations with the arrival of an Alliance Air flight from Chennai. The airport was inaugurated by Sri Lankan President Maithripala Sirisena. At the inauguration, the Sri Lankan Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe lauded the efforts of the Indian Ministries of External Affairs and Civil Aviation and said that there is a tremendous potential for collaboration in the region. He added that efforts are being made to start services between Jaffna and Colombo. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar extended his best wishes via a tweet. Regular commercial flights between Chennai and Jaffna are scheduled to commence from next month. India assisted in the upgrade of the Jaffna airport that was earlier used as a military airport and domestic flights. Flights from India were discontinued in the early 70s following the war against the LTTE.
I'd like to take the opportunity here to thank the government of India and the Indian High Commission here for all the help they have given us in getting this international airport moved. It would not have been possible if we worked through the usual channels. We had to speak to Delhi, the High Commission moved. Similarly, I must also mention the assistance given by the External Affairs Minister, Mr. Jaishankar, together with the Civil Aviation Ministry and the other concerned agencies. As a result, we have the Alliance Air flying here for the first time. And I hope this is the beginning to fly to Batticaloa, and as you have requested, we've granted you permission to fly to Colombo and back. So we hope to see the full program being implemented.
Finally, a deal has been struck between the United Kingdom and European Union ahead of the Brexit deadline on the 31st of this month. As per the deal, the whole of the UK will leave the European Union Customs Union. This means the UK will be able to strike trade deals with other countries in the future. There will be a legal customs border between Great Britain and the Republic of Ireland, which stays in European Union, with the goods being checked at the points of entry in Northern Ireland. Voting on the deal in the British Parliament will take place in an extraordinary session tomorrow. And following the deal, the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson expressed confidence that the MPs will back the Brexit deal despite the Democratic Unionist Party of Northern Ireland's opposition to it. The DUP is against concessions he made to European Union on the customs checks at the points of entry into Northern Ireland. The head of European Union Executive Jean-Claude Juncker and his Brexit negotiator Michel Barnier both said that the deal would maintain peace on the island of Ireland. And sports news now. Indian challenge in the singles event of the Denmark Open badminton tournament at Odense came to an end. In the women's singles, world champion PV Sindhu crashed out of the tournament after losing to Korea's An Se-young. Sindhu lost the tie in straight games 21-14, 21-17. And earlier, Saina Nehwal lost her tie in the first round. In the men's singles, Samir Varma lost to China's Chen Long 21-10, 21-12. In another men's singles, B. Sai Praneeth lost to top seed Kento Momota of Japan 21-6, 21-14. In men's doubles event, pair of Chirag Shetty and Satvik Sairaj lost to Chinese pair of Cheng Kai Han and Hao Dongzhu 21-16, 21-15. A 6-day special coaching camp for under-17 boys and girls in the discipline of badminton, table tennis, boxing, yoga and hockey commenced at the Indo Sports Stadium at Jammu. The camp is being organized by the District Administration Udhampur in collaboration with the Sports Council JNK under Khelo India Sports for Peace and Development. Sportspersons of different blocks of District Udhampur took part in the camp. The District Development Commissioner said that sports activities help the youth channelize their energy in a positive manner.
खेलो इंडिया आने से एक ये हुआ कि आगे स्पोर्ट्स की जो हमारी म्याद थी वो सिर्फ स्कूल्स तक रह जाती थी. कई बच्चे ऐसे होते हैं जो स्कूल सिस्टम से बाहर हैं जिनको भी खेलने का अपॉर्चुनिटीज चाहिए. तो इसके तहत हमें थोड़ा डिस्क्रिप्शन मिला और लोगों को बच्चों तक हम पहुंच पाए. खास तौर पे बच्चियों पे आज आपने देखा कि इस कैंप में बहुत सारी बच्चियां शामिल हैं जो स्पोर्ट्स को आगे लेके जाने के लिए बॉक्सिंग कुछ में इंटरेस्ट रखती हैं. मुझे लगता है कि आने वाले समय में खेलो इंडिया के अंदर ना सिर्फ मेल स्टूडेंट्स बल्कि बच्चियों को भी बहुत फायदा मिलेगा. जो बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ का हमारा मैसेज है वो और सशक्त मैसेज हम आगे दे पाएंगे.
And time now for a Good News India story. A Gujarati couple gave up well-paying jobs in the Silicon Valley to take up organic farming back home. Theirs is an inspiring story that tells us how to protect crops from pests and save the rainwater. They are an example of living in harmony with the nature. Here's their story.
This couple from Gujarat, Vivek Shah and his wife Brinda, quit good Silicon Valley jobs to take up organic farming in Nadiad. For love of their motherland and with a desire to give back to nature, they chose to become farmers. They took a 45-day course in organic farming and are now growing several crops including wheat, banana, potato, cotton and brinjal. Over a 10-acre area near the highway in Nadiad. The Shahs started this farm in April 2016. They are now making profits and providing employment to other people.
ऑर्गेनिक खेती द्वारा उत्पादन होने वाले इस केले की क्वालिटी बहुत ही अच्छी है और इसकी पैदावार भी अधिक है. इससे हमें काफी मुनाफा मिलता है मार्केट में.
The Shahs use scientific and modern techniques, but the biggest challenge for organic farmers is pest control. They use intercropping and multi-cropping to deal with this potential danger. The farm uses a rainwater harvesting plant with a capacity of 20,000 litres. At full capacity, it can meet irrigation needs for 3 years. Compost is derived from farm waste, which is useful for the plants. The Shahs are finding good demand for bananas and improved cotton.
हम उन्होंने जो कोर्स किया उसकी मदद से यहाँ कपास की खेती कर रहे हैं। वैसे भी सरकार कपास की खेती को बढ़ावा दे रही है। उम्मीद करते हैं कि आने वाले दिनों में हमें इसकी अच्छी कीमत मिल जाएगी।
Organic farming has drawn many of the brightest Indians living abroad to return home. The Shahs have shown the way with their courage and conviction. Good News India, DD News.
And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of the news. Thanks for being with us.